Students, this is revision video 2 of Unit 2. In this video, we will understand the importance of reproduction.
We know that many biological processes like respiration and nutrition are essential for living beings to survive. Reproduction is the biological process by which new organisms are produced by their parents. These new organisms are called offspring. Reproduction is essential to maintain life on Earth. What would happen if living organisms did not reproduce? Do you think so many plants and animals would exist if they did not reproduce? For example, the lifespan of a butterfly is about 12 months. This means one butterfly can only live up to a year. If butterflies did not reproduce, new butterflies would not have been born, and there would be no butterflies on our planet after a point in time. All living organisms have the ability to reproduce. This ability is important for the continuity of life on Earth. Dogs also reproduce. They give birth to puppies that later grow on to become adult dogs. Cows give birth to calves, which grow up to become adult cows. Hens lay eggs, which hatch to produce chicks. These chicks then grow up to be hens. Even microorganisms such as bacteria and algae go through the cycle of reproduction to produce more microorganisms. We exist on this planet because humans have reproduced generation after generation. It is because of reproduction that we have a wonderful and diverse ecosystem of living beings around us. Otherwise, life as we know it would not exist.
Now we will learn about asexual and sexual reproduction.
Asexual reproduction. Seema was reading about Hydra and amoeba. She became curious and went to her father's lab to study a sample of water that her father had collected from a nearby pond to observe Hydra and amoeba. She prepared a slide to examine them under a microscope. She saw one Hydra and two amoebae under the microscope. After 2 days, when she examined together, she found many Hydra and amoebae. Seema is confused about how they increased in number. Do you know why the number of amoeba and Hydra increased? Let's find out. We have already learned that a few plants like amoebas and roses can reproduce asexually. Similarly, there are smaller animals and microorganisms that can reproduce asexually. In asexual reproduction, organisms do not need two parents to reproduce. A single parent can produce offspring. There are two types of asexual reproduction: budding and binary fission. Now, let's understand both of these processes with the help of Hydra and amoeba. Hydra undergoes budding, whereas amoeba undergoes binary fission. Let's start with budding in Hydra. Hydra is a small animal found in freshwater sources like ponds and lakes. To reproduce, the parent Hydra forms one or more bulges called a bud. The bud grows as the cells at the side of the bud continue to divide and make more cells. The bud obtains nutrition from the parent. Once matured, the bud breaks away from the parent Hydra and becomes a new individual. Budding is a slow process. This is why after 2 days, Seema saw fewer Hydra under the microscope. The Hydra are identical to the parent Hydra, which means they are just copies of the parent Hydra and they have the same genetic information as the parent Hydra. Like Hydra, cytoplasm splits, forming two identical amines. Binary fission is quicker than one. This is why after 2 days, Seema saw many amines under the microscope. The amoebae are identical to the first amoeba that reproduced. That is, they all carry the same genetic information as the first amoeba. Like amoebae, unicellular organisms like bacteria also reproduce very quickly through binary fission. So now Seema knows why she found so many hydrae and amoebae in the water after 2 days. This is because of the two types of asexual reproduction in organisms, budding and binary fission.
Let us now understand about the sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, an offspring is produced from two parents, a male and a female. In monkeys, an offspring is produced by a male monkey and a female monkey. In the same manner, in elephant, an offspring is produced by a male elephant and a female elephant. Sexual reproduction happens in 4 stages: production of gametes, fertilization, then development of embryo, and in last, birth of the offspring. First stage is the production of gametes. Through the picture you can see how gametes are produced. Here human male produces male gamete, that is sperm, while the female produces female gamete, that is ovum or egg. Second stage is fertilization. After the production of gametes, the male and female gametes fuse together to form a zygote. This is called fertilization. This is the process of fertilization. The sperm fertilizes the ovum to form zygote. The zygote is single-celled fertilized egg. It develops into an offspring. When a sperm and an ovum fuse together, their nuclei fuse together to form one single nucleus. So the resulting zygote is a single cell with one nucleus. During fertilization, the nuclei of the male parent and the female parent fuse together. The zygote thus formed contains the genetic information of the mother and the father. This zygote develops into offspring which inherits some characteristics from mother and some from the father. Now we will learn about the development of the embryo. Third stage is the development of embryo. After fertilization, the single-celled zygote multiplies into more cells and becomes a ball of cells. This developing ball of cells is called an embryo. The embryo develops completely before the offspring is born. In mammals such as humans, an embryo develops to form a fetus, and the baby is born when the development of the fetus is complete. Here you can see the development of embryo of human as well as the hen. Viviparous organisms. Vivi means alive. Parous means to give birth. Organisms in which the embryo develops inside the body of the parent are known as viviparous animals. Viviparous organisms give birth to their offsprings. Examples of viviparous organisms you can see in the picture. Now oviparous organisms. Ovi means egg and parous means to give birth. These organisms lay eggs. The embryo develops in an egg outside the body of the organism. These organisms can lay fertilized or unfertilized eggs outside their bodies. The fertilized eggs hatch to produce the offsprings. These are the examples of oviparous animals. Examples of internal and external fertilization. Duration of the development of the embryo. The duration of the development of an embryo differs in organisms. In humans, it takes 9 months, and in animals, it takes, like dog, it takes 2 months. It takes 3 weeks in hens. It takes 12 weeks in frogs. Here is the summary for you. Friends, we will learn now about metamorphosis. In some organisms, the offspring looks very different from the parent when it is born or hatched. For example, frogs, silkworms, and butterflies look very different in their larval form. These organisms undergo metamorphosis. Here is the diagram of metamorphosis in a frog. Diagram of life cycle of a frog. Here is the complete life cycle of a frog. summary for you. Here in this picture you can see the male reproductive system. Its parts are: number 1, pair of testes; number 2, sperm ducts. They are 2 in number. Number 3, penis, 1 in number. So the main parts of male reproductive system are a pair of testes, 2 sperm ducts and a penis. So here is the picture of female reproductive system. The female reproductive system has a pair of ovaries, 2 oviducts and a uterus. Here is the picture of 2 ovaries. One of the ovaries receives an ovum once a month from one of the ovaries. Two oviducts are there. The sperm leaves the ovum in the oviduct. There are 2 oviducts. The fertilization resulting in the formation of a zygote takes place in the oviduct. After fertilization, the developing zygote moves towards the uterus. The development of the embryo into fetus takes place inside the uterus. Some fun facts for you. The female parts of reproductive system are a pair of ovaries, 2 oviducts and a uterus.